What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Well, a little bit of continuation sell-off, so I hope you guys are doing a little bit better than the SPY today. Hope you guys are doing better than the Qs. Hope you guys are ready to go. Let me see if I can do a quick screen share as you guys are piling in. All right. We got Aaron in the house. Good morning. We got Albert. Good morning. Bill, Brandon. We got Brian with us. Doug Stevenson. Good morning. We got Eric Russell's in the house. Gregory Hill. What is happening? Greg Gilbert. What is going on? Gerline. Hope all is well. Got Jake Phelps in the house. Good morning. We got Jason. We got Jay. We got Jill. We got Joe. We got Jordan. We got JT. Whew. All my Jays are in the house. What is up, team? We got Ken, Kyle, Liza. Good morning. We got Lucian. Good morning. Marcus. Good morning. Michael Holt is in the house. We got Quantren. We got Rich K. Sam. Good morning. Terrence, Tony, Tyler. Yes, sir. Hey, yo, Varus. You guys are piling in. Good morning to all my peeps in YouTube land. Hope you guys are doing better than okay. Hope you guys are feeling better than Tesla this morning. But we'll start with the SPY. Looks like a little gap down. The gap down. So we did have the jobs numbers today. We had a good at least 45 seconds of a bullish run on our jobs numbers that we got in today. And that faded really quick. Most of the selling came off prior. The only thing I could really see, unless there's something different, is more Ukraine, Russia, throw in Poland, US, China, global, everything. Where it sounds to me like they're just all, it's a big mess as far as missiles go. I didn't think anybody was going to think that situation was going to go too great. Let's flip this over to a daily situation. And this would be technically a retest gap. So keep in mind, even though we're on the brink of World War III, it doesn't mean your stocks can't do okay today. FTX news, is that what it is? Yeah, the accountant for, I don't even know how this. No, so not even Enron. Enron's getting thrown in the story. It is definitely worse at Enron. But the accountant that they're using for the FTX was the same guy that liquidated Enron. So it's the same. It's just I don't know. These guys just stay in the same circle, I guess. But so he's looking at the FTX books and he's basically saying these books are almost either non-existent or worse than he's ever seen anything before. I keep in mind, he looked at Enron. The guy that looked at Enron cannot believe these books. All right. So yeah, pretty much a disaster there. Pretty much a disaster. But yeah, I don't know if the entire market is gapping from that specifically. Obviously, that I think would bleed into to a lot of things. Let's see what Bitcoin looks like. Bitcoin is down to, so Bitcoin's still kind of hanging out at that 16.5. Obviously, we did have a little bit of a spill last night, or probably more so early morning yesterday. But yeah, I don't know if that one's bleeding into the actual markets as much. The markets with accounting. Yeah. Yeah, they took Enron up a notch, FTX. Huh? Yeah, I bet a lot of people have some FTT. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody wants to buy it. So two things. Keep in mind, SPY, it is a retest gap today. We already did break out. Let me flip back to that daily chart. We did break out of the downward trend. Right, so there was our downtrends. Obviously, We broke out before. We ended up pushing right back into it. We broke out before. We got back into it. We pushed out again. We're not back into it yet. So our saving grace is number one, the 10 on the daily is right here. Plus we have another VPOC right in that zone. So actually at the open, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, we still have 24 minutes left. But if we start breaking underneath that VPOC, which is sitting somewhere at 389.84-ish, again, maybe that we just get some kind of jumping around. But if we start breaking that, next level on the SPY is 383. That gives us $7 to the downside. Ladies and gentlemen, check your parachutes. It's going to get crazy. And then we got 378.71. So those are my next two spots if this 389 does not hold. Again, this is a retest gap. For 10 EMA strategy, it is probably going to be a little bit on the difficult side to play. Just because all the moving average is going to be on the wrong side of things, I would assume, if we are going to try to play the retest. Otherwise, as a 10 EMA trading machine, we're going to have to probably either wait for retest, wait a little bit in the later day, or try to go with the trends and just say, forget the retest, let's try something bearish. So those are all possibilities. Otherwise, more than down to just kind of sit on my hands for the 10 EMA out of the gate. If things do not look like they qualify, or have a decent amount of room to run, and we could try probably maybe going with some couple other setups or something like that today, which would just be officially unofficial. Michael Law said, I've lost in Luna, Celsius, Diginu, what language is this? Satima, Solana, potentially Robu Inu. I think that's all of them. You tried though, Michael Holt. You did look at a fake digital coin with a name that most likely DJ can't pronounce, and you said this is the one. This is the one. Well, I know, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that lost in Luna, Celsius, Solana. I know those are the bigger ones. Robu Inu, I don't know what that is. Digimon, I don't know what realm that one's in. The Doge, yeah, Elon's still pumping the Doge out there, huh? That's what Elon's still pumping Doge. The poop, yeah, aka poop coins didn't pay, huh? I don't know. My mind's kind of blown. You think FTX's accounting was bad? You wait till you see Solana's. I'm by the way not totally bearish on crypto yet. I think if crypto has, I think we do in some sense need an FTX. They have to blow up. I mean, FTX is one of the largest crypto plays out there, and their accounting looks worse than Enron. If crypto is going to be a legitimate thing in the future, these guys have to get shaken out. And if you guys do remember Enron, once Enron went under, it did take a few months, but that was initially, or essentially that was the bottom of the regular market as well, right? So once you get the Enrons out of there, all right, well, the market actually is a little bit stronger at that point. Once you get some more actual rules and policies and things like that in the markets, something where like you have fair playing ground amongst all investors, then you start building the institutional investors in there. It actually could push it to a little bit more of a solid state. You don't understand how the standard business rules and practices don't apply to the crypto worlds? Real money doesn't apply to the crypto worlds. It's a whole, it's not even real. I've never bought a t-shirt with a Bitcoin in my life. So you can't see it. Well, you can see your value of your account go down. I see that all the time on Coinbase. So Qs again, they do have a little bit more room to head down for the Qs. Keep in mind, this is still a retest gap. We are at a little bit of support. Next level on the cues I would be looking for is about 278. Right now we have one little spike in volume, and if that breaks, that doesn't hold, so that's not a huge one. The immediate next one about 279.13, again one little spike, and then we start getting into a little bit of hopefully what should be some type of support. So we'll see what comes back and gets retested. I don't think I think initially for an early morning pop, this might be a decent support spot. But I think at least some point today we could probably break through it. So again, don't go bearish out of the gate. Give the market a few minutes. We'll see what happens. But take a look at the strongest stock in the world. Oh no, this market's collapsing. Delta's down today. Nope. This is the strongest stock. This can't go down. This was Apple before Apple was cool. All right, so we got 33.60 again. We are right at a little bit of support. This should be a retest gap. I would expect a retest on that one. That one again, at least under the rule that we could play it for is it is gapping. So we have the ability to play it. I just would want to wait for a retest before we start taking that one short. Amazon. The zone is 95.20. So again, Amazon is a retest gap. I believe this is more a little bit of a high wave. Yeah, so we actually had no, so this is a technically this is a high wave gap and go. So Amazon might be a little bit stronger. The next VPOC 94.21. You're back into this candle, which had decent volume, and you're definitely still underneath this higher volume bull candle. So not a good look for Amazon. 94, we'll say 94.34 is the first target. Otherwise, we're probably looking to retest $90.35. So I did see Jeremy, I think, posted a trade yesterday in Amazon that worked out pretty well for a lot of people. So congrats to you guys. We got Apple at the daily 10 EMA right now, slightly under it, which is interesting. We're not really at any safety spot on this one, except for maybe that 10 EMA, which again is a good way to figure out historically what the average of the last 10 candles were. Does not give us any idea or picture into where the stock is going to go. So maybe we get saved there. It doesn't look like we are at open at least. And the next spot for Apple is 143.55. Technically a retest, so I would see if we could get a bounce first, and then let's see if we can make a play. But this one does qualify for us to play as well. Amazon, so far everything does. Nvidia reported earnings yesterday, and my God, did they miss? They missed on earnings per share, but they did beat in revenue. After hours, you had the initial drop that got bought right back up. Again, I think valuation of Nvidia is a little up there. Yeah, I think it's a little up there. Again, and they do have a deal with Microsoft too. Something about building chips for their cloud products. Great. Still think the valuation. I think Nvidia is a good company. I think Nvidia goes nowhere, but goes nowhere as far as like out of business. I don't think they go Enron on us. I don't think they go FTX on us. But I think the valuation is way too high still on Nvidia. And I would see it closer to about $77. Give me $80. I'll be interested. So I think that just the valuation of me buying it here, they'd have to do about $44 billion in business to justify the valuations that they're giving them. So you got the 10 EMA, again, a little bit of support. Technically, this is a retest gap. See if we get bought up a little bit, but that would be a time to, again, I think kind of look at some kind of shorts. What puts did you buy on Nvidia? Me, I don't own any puts on Nvidia yet. Just says don't be a downer. I'm not being a downer. Yeah, no, I am. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to be a downer, just like the valuation of NVIDIA should be. That's all. I don't have any NVIDIA. I don't think I have NVIDIA puts, actually. Maybe I do. I don't believe so, though. I think I sold all the NVIDIA puts prior to, or calls. I don't even think I played this one. I didn't play this play at all. If I did, it was a day trade. But now that the earnings are in, I will definitely be looking to add some puts onto NVIDIA. I had some AMD puts, but they were up like 25% yesterday at some point. And then I was like, well, in this type of market, like I only bought them like a day or two ago. Was it 2 days ago? So I bought AMD puts based on sympathy, and I had some time on it too. But it was gapping down, and I go, do I really want to hold now through? I can just lock in 25%. This market's wild. So I locked that in. But I still got some puts on, I believe, Tesla, SPY, Boeing, a couple other companies as well. Again, so AMD is coming down. If I did hold, probably would be up a little bit more money on that. But again, just locking my gains as much as possible in this type of environment. And we're still above the 10 EMA. Still there. But again, I would expect a retest. Again, we can play this one. To the downside, if we look at probably this area right here, we have a few different VPOCs. We also have that 10 EMA as well. That takes us to about 68, 68. So that would be interesting. And then as some kind of support, at least some hopeful support. Then we got the Tessie, which just looks like it's on its last stand. It's on its last. But Kathy Woods did buy some more. Kathy Woods coming through, trying to buy the dip of everything going lower. It's incredible. It's remarkable. We do have so my spot on Tesla, again, technically a retest gap. You're going to have now resistance at 187.32. You're gonna have resistance at 188.89. Gonna have resistance at 192. Gonna have resistance at 194 and 195 as well. And then we start getting up to the 200 zone. A lot of resistance down the way. Again, technically this is a retest. We are on this one still below the 10 EMA. So we don't have short-term momentum on a daily. And this 180.75, if I go to an hourly, I think it's actually right below 180. Let's see. So smaller time frame. Yeah, so about 180. We'll call it 180 even. If we start breaking 180, there's no more support for, like, 180 is a nice whole number. I think people were looking at that valuation pretty heavy. We got a sweet bounce off of it. So could Tesla do this? Double bottom, go out. Maybe this is going to be down here a very interesting area for Tesla. I do think we come down, we retest it. We have not retested that one yet. So 180 again is where I'll be very interested on Tesla. Maybe a good spot to buy some calls. I wouldn't even call it insurance. I would call it in case. Just in case it happens where the double bottom comes in, maybe we ride it up. But if we start breaking down that candle, I'd be out, and it'd be a small loss if you're trying to maybe anticipate a double bottom. That 180 would be decent to try. I think it goes lower, but I might be looking for some kind of a bounce from there potentially. You guys in YouTube land said, what do you think about some retail stocks such as Macy's, Lowe's? They seem to pass local tops from technical perspective, but maybe lucrative for value investors due to upcoming holidays. So yeah, we'll start with Target was an absolute miss, right? So that's retail. Target was an absolute miss. They got clobbered off of it. We watched it yesterday again. I'd still be looking to go short on Target out of the gate. This is going to be one of those stocks, though, that you're going to have a lot of, if they do pay dividends, you're going to have a lot of people interested. So I don't think it's the easiest drop in the bucket. But watch this. Now that we had some attempted retest, watch if we start breaking down on Target 153. I think going short on Target could make sense because they did get beat up. They're still going to have, I believe, supply chain issues or at least over inventory. which I think a lot of the retailers are going to face. Macy's reported today, and Macy's, on the other hand, beat. Their numbers were actually really, really good. So you're kind of getting a mixed bag. I'm not sure what the difference between Target and Macy's would be of why Target did so poor, but Macy's absolutely clobbered it. It could be in the design of how it's set up, because I believe Macy's makes a lot of money, kind of like a mall does, renting out sections of their store to other stores. And maybe that's where you're getting it. Otherwise, I don't know who's shopping at Macy's. I mean, I'm sure people go there. I just don't. I've been to a Macy's in forever, but I thought they were dying, to be honest. And no, their numbers were really good. Again, is this the spot that I want to buy it at? Overall, yeah, you're kind of making a. This is very interesting. So here's a weekly. We're obviously in a downtrend. Kind of flat for the most part over the last decade, up until we get to that dinosaur. So Macy's wouldn't be a huge growth potential company for me, but on a daily chart, technically making lower highs. Maybe this could be some kind of head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. So left shoulder here, there's the head, there's the right. Maybe you could be looking to play it up. I don't know. I'm not really a buyer. I'm not really a buyer of anything in retail. I mean, I don't know what the Macy's competitive edge is besides their parades. I don't know. My grandparents always did. I used to go to, like, when the mall was a thing and I was younger, Macy's was a big part of the mall, right? So I've been to Macy's. I don't think I've made a destination to go to, like, I got to get to Macy's today. Today is Saturday. I'm going to eat some pancakes and head over to Macy's. I need that new Alfani. So I don't know, but and again, maybe you do get, I don't know, do they have designer brands? I couldn't even tell you that much about Macy's. I don't know. But yeah, they did crush their numbers. It looks good. I mean, here's even the weekly, right? So this might have room to run. Technically, you're gapping above the opening range of this week, where we did nothing but sell. So there's going to be some shorts in there, probably getting squeezed. You got a little bit of support. We look like we're opening at or slightly above. So on a day trade basis, again, I've never day traded Macy's either. Just the volume's not usually there. Today it might be, though. So be careful with it. But for long term, I'm not really interested in holding a Macy's in my portfolio. And maybe that's just me. We got Lowe's is opening kind of midweek at this point, and technically a little bit of a gap down. For these guys, I didn't actually see their earnings. I saw Macy's, I didn't see Lowe's. It's a surprise. A little bit to the upside, looks like, and looks like they're running it down a little bit. Check out Costco. Let me see Lowe's real quick too. Lowe's does have a little resistance somewhere around 215.57, and then you have a lot of support coming in somewhere at about 209. So you do have some room to the downside on this one if you want to play a short. Looks like they did beat, but they're selling. CSCO. CSCO. Cisco. Daily chart. This is a nice gap and go. Good volume yesterday. I probably attribute most of that volume after hours. But this one is not after hours. What is this one? This one is this candle right here above all that. This might be one of my preferred gaps of the day, actually. To the upside, there is 46.33, maybe even one below it. We did have bears selling that wick prior. Let me just see the overall pattern formation. Maybe a little bit of a cup and handle. This one looks decent. This one might have the ability to run. It probably doesn't help the rest of the market is collapsing and dying in front of our faces, but it does look different than the rest of the market. So I'd be very interested to go long on this one. You actually have a few days of selling as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, indecision, 9, 10, 11. This is taking out 11 days of potential bears. After a decent run, though, this would be one I would definitely watch. I like it for the gap and go. I'm a little concerned with targets on it, but besides that, it looks decent. Greg Gilbert says he's already in calls. Of course he is. He's going to take profits, so that means I'm going to be buying Greg Gilbert shares today. Yeah, it does have some room. We have a key spot. That's what I'm like, right around this, like where we are now, 46.36, somewhere right around there. That's going to be a first challenge. We probably pump a little bit. We get rejected there. And then if we get a pullback, I'd probably be interested. 49, maybe, but I think 47.26 is definitely in the realm. 47.60, somewhere like that. With that amount of pressure that we are gapping above, it might have the ability to get through some of those bigger targets. So Cisco would definitely be very interesting. Did I miss any tickers? Is there any others? I think we got 2 minutes and 44 seconds. KISS does not look good. Coles. But they got the coupons. They're going to make you keep coming back. They got a system. Once you're on the wheel, you can't get off. You buy a tie one time, and now you have to go back every Saturday to redeem your Coles points. It's a commitment, not a tie. Yeah, Coles doesn't look good, but we are into some heavy support. So what I've noticed in this market the last few days, probably the last week and a half, for the most part, all of the action, they're not being very fair to retail traders. All of the action is coming in pre-market or after hours, and then the day opens and it's just chop, and then the moves happen. I've seen this before. Eventually we will get out of it where it's just like it opens and you get some more room to run. But all the market makers are just clobbering this market, and poor little tadpoles like us are getting swallowed up with a lot of chop. So I kind of expect similar, maybe because the market is down a little bit. We might get a little bit more move, but again, we're sitting. Let me go back right to the SPY. We are. Ikes. We are below the that VPOC, I think. No, still right above it. From the longer time frame, it looked like we were below it, but yeah, still sitting kind of flat. Got a little volume there, not too much. Again, we have this downtrend to bounce off of. Does not look tremendous though. So we gotta figure out what happens at that area. But all my peeps in YouTube land, I do appreciate you joining us each and every day. I'm not even gonna. I was gonna invoice all you guys, but instead of that, what we'll do is just, if you guys just want to hit that little like button, I'll accept the like as currency, and I appreciate that. And also make sure, if you guys have not subscribed yet to Real Life Trading, make sure that you guys do so. We do put out new content. I would say daily, probably more so than that, but we do have new content available. So keep up with us, keep up with the markets, keep up with new trends, keep up with new strategies, keep up with new candles. But you guys are incredible, and I would love to see you guys on the other side of the 9:30 time frame, which is about 5 seconds from now. Just go to reallifetrading.com. We do have all access pass. You can trade and be with us till 6 p.m. You guys are absolutely incredible, and I will catch all of you guys tomorrow.